first participant from El Inframundo, weighing 162 pounds, Drago!
The beast beneath your bed, in your closet, in your head have nothing on this guy. What childhood nightmares are all about. Behold, Drago.
And Drago, a scary looking dude as he comes to the ring. This is a guy that transcends lucha libre. This is an all-around wrestler, a guy who can do everything in the ring. And it starts off with the mind games of this man, Drago.
This really shows that positive relationship that PCW has with AAA in Mexico. Of course, AAA brought us our very first PCW heavyweight champion, Pentagon Jr. Now we'll see what Drago can do.
And his opponent, from Brooklyn, New York, weighing 172 pounds, he is the World Warrior,
Christian Cole, the World Warrior low-key, he is dressed for business, and that's exactly what he conducts every time he steps inside the squared circle.
When I look at low-key, I see one of those old-timey 17th century warriors. I look at low-key and I look at the eyes, the walk, the determination. Not a single wasted motion by this man, a veteran of the ring. A veteran of many of the biggest companies in the world. He's wrestled in Japan. He wrestled up in New York. And now he's here. Look at this guy, like an assassin.
Looks like he's gonna take out a hit on somebody. And just listen to the fans come to life. They know this man, they respect this man, and PCW giving the Southern California fans a chance to see him what he does best. Live.
Of course, low-key going through many changes through his career tonight, adorning the suit, looking flyer than either one of us up here in the broadcast booth. This guy, so much character inside of low-key. As I said earlier, not a wasted movement. Every motion calculated. And Drago, as he stands across the ring looking at low-key, Drago, of course, a world-renowned athlete. What will these two do here today, Todd Kennelly?
Well, we're about to find out, and that's why this is just such a privilege to be here to call this matchup. And mutual respect by both men. You don't want to rush in. Both guys so dangerous. Expect low-key to try and close the distance where he can strike. And a clean break early. Both guys, Christian Cole, you touched on it, but great championship histories. Drago, a AAA mixed tag team champion with Fabi Apache, would later lose those titles to none other than Pentagon Jr. and Sexy Star. Drago, a Lucha Underground former trios champion as well. Back and forth seesaw reaction by the crowd. You gotta love the atmosphere. Devil's advocate though, low-key, the first ever Ring of Honor world champion.
Yes.
3-time NWA World Tag Team champ, 4-time X Division champ in TNA. The list goes on and on.
Yeah, certainly. If we were going to go over the resumes of these two warriors in the ring, we would be talking here all night. And as they now lock up in the center of the ring and a side headlock applied by low-key. Low-key is the type of guy that will beat you in any way possible. And just like an assassin in the night, low-key can steal victories from any point in the ring, taking angles at his opponent, now with an incredible counter there and a strike from his back. Look at that.
Kick from that down position. I mean, so a lot of times in MMA, you'll see somebody get caught with an up kick, but not with that pinpoint. You know, it's usually kind of a move of desperation. There it was a pinpoint attack by low-key.
That's exactly what it was. And with low-key, you know, Drago's going to be a tough test for him. You know, Drago is the type of guy who is trained in Lucha Libre but is just as versed in American style, in strong style. Drago is an incredible all the way around type of competitor.
Drago, as he tries to improve his position and take the side headlock, he was really under the learning tree in AAA as well, part of Inframundo, which translates to the underworld, at one point captained by Mexican wrestling legend La Parca and later by Vampiro. So think of those veterans that Drago learned from as Low-Ki goes for the cover, forcing Drago to kick out in the early going.
Your Spanglish is ridiculous, Todd Kennelly. It's atrocious. It makes me ashamed to be Puerto Rican to listen to you speak Spanish.
I think right now, Low-Ki is second guessing, headbutting that armored mask of Drago.
I think you're right. And with Drago needs to start using his speed against the heavy strikes of Low-Ki. If Drago can simply be more elusive and get away from Low-Ki, an Irish whip might be the opportunity here. Look at that, yep.
Right on cue, Drago quickens the pace. Is caught though by Low-Ki.
Cover. And that's why it's always risky to go for that Irish whip when you're controlling and isolating your opponent on the edge of the ring. Wow, and right into a submission there. And look at that, and that's in tight, Todd.
It sure is. And you know, normally, if Low-Ki was wearing normal gear, maybe you start to get sweaty, maybe more of a chance for Drago to be able to escape here. But you know that those pants really helping to keep this hold on to Drago. But if you're Drago, do you maybe try and utilize, and for Low-Ki as well, do you almost utilize that suit like a gi?
Well, I certainly would use it as an advantage. I mean, what my partner Todd Kennelly is talking about is for Drago, there's no disadvantage of Low-Ki getting too sweaty and not being able to grasp on him for submissions. So yeah, use it like a gi. Certainly Rick Knox will have something to say about that, but look at Drago.
Drago, oh man, he spiked him vertical, and Low-Ki veteran instincts there, but nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. From the fire-breathing Drago, a little fake-out job there.
Look at the eyes of Drago. And Low-Ki returning the look. And what could be going through the mind of Low-Ki as he now sits on the outside reeling. Drago staring him down. And Todd, when we talk about the best of the best, I mean, this is really what it comes down to. International superstars around the ring coming together in PCW.
Low-Ki wisely in to break the count. Buy himself some time, a veteran maneuver, but that move tells volumes as well that Low-Ki got caught off guard there. He got rocked by Drago and trying to clear the cobwebs.
Low-Ki's a veteran, he's smart. Low-Ki's gonna step out to the outside of the ring, he's gonna get a breath. He's gonna pace himself inside the ring once he gets back in here. I don't expect Low-Ki to go right after him. Instead choosing to electing to go for the collar and elbow tie-up, taking a couple strikes here.
Surprised that right now it seems that Drago is beating Low-Ki to the punch?
I am surprised. I think for Drago, this is exactly what you want to do. Play the mind games, isolate your opponent in the corner. And like Todd alluded to earlier, start maybe with some takedowns. Use that large amount of cloth that Low-Ki has on his body as an advantage. Look at this. Wow, look, oh my God. The athleticism of Low-Ki.
Unbelievable. Precision strike again into the cover. And now it's Drago that knows he is in for one heck of a fight. As Low-Ki can strike with lethal precision and trying to fight fire with the dragon, with Drago.
Low-Ki applying that sort of abdominal stretch modified, really digging it in so deep now. And for Drago, he needs to try and free up that left hand. It's pinned behind the knee of Low-Ki. There it is. And he frees it. And if he's able to reach up, he could create a judo throw here instead of escaping. Low-Ki with vicious headbutts, just putting his own head and his own well-being at risk.
Think of some of the people Low-Ki that's been in there with over the years, the likes of AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Daniel Bryan, Austin Aries.
Yeah, but why don't we talk about Drago? Drago's been in there with Pentagon Jr., and he's a former PCW heavyweight champion. Drago is well-versed.
And speaking of Drago, he joins mainstays of PCW like Brian Cage, Pentagon Jr. in Lucha Underground and AAA.
And now right into your living rooms. You guys are seeing this firsthand as these huge elbows from Low-Ki grabbing the mask with that left hand. Oh, now he escapes. Oh, nice counter.
Nice speed there by Drago because Low-Ki was absolutely measuring him, and you certainly don't want to be cornered when you're in there with Low-Ki. Speaking of Drago and the people that he competes alongside and against in Lucha Underground, how about Willie Mack and what a night he's got in store? Can he take home the gold, or will Rob Van Dam defend the gold? What a main event still to
I mean,
come.
how lucky are we? We are here making history in Wilmington, California at PCW Phantasm, and we still have not one but two main events coming up. Of course, in your co-main event, you're going to see the tag team heavyweight championships defended by the Keepers of the Faith. And then in your main event, yes, my partner said it, Willie Mack is here. He's gearing up in the locker room for a big fight against PCW heavyweight champion Rob Van Dam.
Interesting move here, Christian, because he has the head scissors on and locked in tight, much like Low-Ki did to him earlier, but he also has that arm trapped.
Yeah, he sure does. You know, having that trap, okay, there was a rope break there. Rick Knox is on top of his stuff tonight. Good job, Ricky.
Senior official here in PCW, Rick Knox.
We call him Ricardo Knox.
I like it. Well, he has been reffing a lot of lucha lately.
Yeah. And now it looks like Low-Ki has sustained an injury to that right arm, sort of in the elbow is where he seems to be favoring. And for Low-Ki, at least needs to get in here and break a count, as he does. Oh, wow, eats a boot.
Second man in the ring, always at a disadvantage. A lesson that Low-Ki learns the hard way there is Drago in control, but Low-Ki trying to strike from underneath, and that's something he's certainly capable of. Man, those will bust up your ribs, those shots.
Look at this, off the ropes now, Drago. Oh, wow, incredible pinning maneuver. 2 count there, and only 2. And for Low-Ki, he seems to be out of his wits. Look at his eyes. He's not all there, Todd.
He knew he was in for a tough fight with Drago, but man, he is really kind of bewildered at this point in the matchup, as Drago has been much of the match one step ahead of the World Warrior.
Certainly speaks to the worldly experience of Drago as well. One's a World Warrior, one's a worldly traveled professional wrestler. Both of these guys doing things internationally around the world that have earned them a spot here at PCW. Of course, both men making their debut here tonight. With Drago here last year. I think this is a debut for Low-Ki.
Wow, beautiful leg trip there by Drago. Caught Low-Ki now. Magistral cradle, trying to catch him. Oh, and that was close.
Shoulder came up though. That left shoulder of Low-Ki rolling up in the momentum of the pin. Drago just a little too excited there. Really stretching that pin. And also kicking out was Low-Ki. Listen to the fans.
Trying to urge on the World Warrior, who finds himself behind the 8 ball in this matchup with Drago. Advantage stays in the side of he who lurks in that inframundo. And right now, Low-Ki in that inframundo on the outside, where Drago's got a lot of weapons.
He certainly does. Drago, no stranger to the outside, a brawler. Look at him, he's telling Low-Ki to get up. Oh man, kicking the man while he's down on the outside. That's despicable. But for Drago, anything you can do to get the victory.
Is it despicable, or is it fighting fire with fire? How many people have we seen Low-Ki kick in the head like that? You know, he's trying to beat Low-Ki at his own game, and right now, Christian, I gotta say, he's doing it. Now a half Boston Crab.
Yeah, that's a tight, deep Boston Crab too. Look at that. Low-Ki in big trouble here. Rick Knox all over it though. Look at that. And Knox is not going to allow him to grab the mask for leverage. And you got to wonder why Drago releases the submission there. Maybe just didn't feel like he had the right leverage. Maybe just wanting to damage Low-Ki. I mean, look at the attitude on Drago. Just sort of adding damage to a guy that's down. I mean, this is a side of Drago we haven't seen before. It
really is. Yeah, I expected a quicker pace by Drago to try and keep Low-key on his heels, but he is going toe-to-toe with Low-key, who goes back to the headbutt.
And now Low-key, of course, up on the ropes. Drago on the ropes, I should say, and Low-key now setting him up in the center of the ring.
Oh man, Drago trying to outstrike, misses with the sweep, but doesn't miss the second time, and Low-key was still rocked from the previous shot.
Yeah, and Low-key still rocked now as we speak, Todd. Low-key trying to get back up to his feet. Not sure if he knows where he is. What is Drago gonna do here?
Oh, DDT planted him. Low-key is in trouble. Drago is gonna try and end it just like that, and he could. By God, he could. Now Low-key digs down deep and kicks out.
Now referee Rick Knox taking a really close look at the shoulders, and in the rear view there, seeing that whether or not Low-key's foot was under the ropes. Of course it wasn't, but Low-key able to power out. And Low-key's in big trouble here. Drago controlling this match firmly now. If we're talking about time of possession, as we often do, Todd, Low-key certainly winning the battle. Drago winning the battle thus far.
Absolutely. I mean, we expected this to be a shootout. Normally, you don't stand and bang with Low-key. You don't throw rocks at a man with a machine gun, but Drago has been getting it done. Rear waist lock, Low-key holding on, putting on the brakes. Is manhandling Low-key, who counters.
What is this?
Oh, God! Little variation of the Warrior's way, that double stomp. He loves it off the top as well. But man, we're gonna see what Drago had for lunch. What a shot.
Wow, and Low-key has now finally positioned himself to start taking advantage in this match. Will we see the rise of Low-key here in his PCW debut at Phantasm?
That took a lot of heart for Low-key to muster that double stomp, because those legs have taken a lot of punishment in this matchup. Did you see the velocity of the double stomp though, Christian? I mean, it's like a cobra striking.
Yeah, that was incredible watching that. I would love to see a slow motion replay. Oh, wow. But we got to stay live here with the action for a second as Low-key now setting him up. What is he thinking here? Again, no wasted motion. Look at the eyes of Low-key as he stalks his opponent. Springboard, huge kick.
Buzzsaw-like kick. Center of the ring, does not elect to hook the Pierna, and it might cost him there. Earlier, we saw Low-key come down at an angle with that kick. Tell me about that, Christian.
Yeah, when you do a move like that, you're actually losing leverage, but with the experience that Low-key has, he's able to get every bit of that kick, and you can see it was devastating.
Low-key fishing for a victory there. I think he was thinking key crusher. Not able to connect. Drago out of there, picks up the pace as we expected he would. Oh, he spiked him again. Low-key is rocked. He's trying to roll out of the ring. He did not make it. 3 is coming, no.
Wow. And a huge, huge Hurricane Rana spike DDT. Couple more of those and this one might be over. And what are we gonna see now from Drago as he escapes to the outside and climbs up to the top rope? Low-key there now meeting him, able to cut him off. And now both men in a really precarious position here, Todd Kennelly.
Drago able to get out of there, rolls him up beautifully. Look at this pinning combination, incredible.
2 only? 2?
Christian, do you see the way he had the leg hook too? So that Low-key could not use his lower body to try and power out of that. That was amazing.
The physiology of that alone, it's hard for me to describe the skill it takes to be able to roll a man up in that type of fashion. Of course, Drago not only able to roll him up, but keep his shoulders down for nearly 3. And what is Drago doing here as he climbs to the top? Missing. Low-key coming in.
Oh, Drago looked like he got shot out of a cannon.
And now Low-key with a cover, 2 count. And certainly Low-key flying around the ring, doing crazy stuff. Will it pay off for him? Will he get a victory here in his PCW debut?
I think playtime is over here. Christian Cole, the jacket comes off and the chains might come off as well. Low-key up top, but he's countered again by Drago. Seesaw matchup.
And so much activity in the turnbuckles. These two both scouting each other very well, meeting each other there, countering one after the other. And what will we see from Drago? Low-key now defending big elbow. Hey, partner, I think Drago's tied up there.
Oh, nowhere to go but down. Oh, out of the tree of woe position. He calls it the Warrior's Wrath. And that's going to do it. Incredible. Wow.
Your winner of the match, Low Ki.
Take us through the action there, Christian.
And for Low Ki, he comes in here in his PCW debut in one of the toughest places to wrestle in the country with one of the best locker rooms, and he comes in and gets a big victory over a star opponent like Drago. And Low Ki was in major trouble during that match, Todd, but he was able to turn it around.
Drago had dumped Low Ki on his head time and time again. Drago at times was beating Low Ki to the strike. After he had spiked him the last time, do you think Drago should have kept pressing the action on the mat? He took maybe too much time going upstairs.
I think it was too much time. I think with a veteran like Low Ki, you need to get him while he's down. I think Drago ultimately lost the striking match to the striker.
Low Ki connects with the Warrior's Wrath. You saw it coming, partner. Drago was all tied up at the moment. Low Ki made him pay for it. What a PCW debut. What a PCW win, and what a coup for PCW to have competitors like Low Ki and Drago for that matter.